heal me if I stayed awake long enough, if I let the darkness drain the poison of your love. But the city kept on breathing and my heart kept holding on, like every minute after you just taught me how to drown. There's a bottle on the counter and your name inside my head, and I'm counting all the reasons I should let this feeling rest. But memory is stubborn, it survives what logic kills, and I can't outrun a heartbreak that follows where I live. The night gets old, but pain stays young. Midnight didn't heal me, it just made the truth more clear to see that losing you was not one moment, it's 1,000 little deaths in me. The stars can watch, the moon can try, but no dark sky can dry these eyes. I waited for the hurt to leave me. Midnight didn't heal me. I walked the block at 3 a.m. beneath the yellow streetlight glow. The world looked half forgiven in the hush of sleeping roads. I almost called your number, almost begged, almost went back, but pride is just a bandage for a wound still turning black. By sunrise I was honest, and honesty can sting. Some losses don't get smaller, you just build your life around the thing. So I made coffee in the quiet and listened to it drip like hope, learning how to speak with a trembling lip. The night gets old, but pain stays young. Midnight didn't heal me, it just made the truth more clear to see that losing you was not one moment, it's 1,000 little deaths in me. The stars can watch, the moon can try, but no dark sky can dry these eyes. I waited for the hurt to leave me. Midnight didn't heal me. Maybe healing isn't sudden, maybe it comes in tiny breaths. Maybe surviving one more morning is enough to call it strength. Midnight didn't heal me, but maybe dawn will teach me gently how to carry all this wreckage without letting it bury me. The stars can't watch, the moon can't fade, I'll still rise up through all this pain. Though tonight the truth still cuts me deep. Midnight didn't heal me. Didn't heal me. I checked into a cheap hotel on the edge of being fine, with a suitcase full of silence and your last goodbye in mind. The neon sign kept buzzing like a promise gone to hell, and room 214 knew all the stories I won't tell. I put your photo face down on the table by the bed, but grief is x-ray vision, it can see through anything I said. The curtain and shook with city wind. The mirror caught my eyes. I looked like someone learning how a shattered future cries. I keep pretending I'm okay in temporary rooms that never let me stay. Welcome to the Paper Heart Hotel, where broken people hide and never sleep too well, where every wall is thin enough to hear yourself fall apart, and every room is built around a paper heart. I paid in tears, I stayed too long. I memorized the ache inside this song. There's no checkout for the ones who love too hard in the Paper Heart Hotel. The hallways smell like cigarettes and somebody else's shame, and I swear the ice machine hummed your beautiful name. The TV played an old romance with the volume turned down low, like even fiction understood some endings break too slow. By morning all the sheets were twisted like a confession in the dark, and I found your lipstick on my shirt, still leaving behind its mark. I stood there at the window with the sunrise on my face, knowing some kinds of loneliness no daylight can erase. I keep pretending I'm okay in temporary rooms that never let me stay. Welcome to the Paper Heart Hotel, where broken people hide and never sleep too well, where every wall is thin enough to hear yourself fall apart, and every room is built around a paper heart. I paid in tears, I stayed too long. I memorized the ache inside this song. There's no checkout for the ones who love too hard in the Paper Heart Hotel. I thought a new address could save me, but pain keeps finding me. It wears your eyes, it wears your voice, it sleeps right next to me. Welcome to the Paper Heart Hotel, where I still hear your name in every stairwell, where every wall is thin enough to hear the truth I never tell, that I still love you. Yes, I know it far too well. I paid in tears, I stayed too long, and turned my wreckage into song. There's no checkout for the ones who love too hard in the Paper Heart Hotel. In the Paper Heart Hotel. There's rain on the passenger side and nobody there but your ghost. I drive the road we used to take when we needed each other most. Your favorite song comes through the speakers like a wound reopening slow, and every mile marker asks me why I'm driving here alone. You used to tuck your feet beneath you and lean your head on glass, tracing little hearts in fog and swearing we would last. Now the windshield wipers count the seconds I can't get back, and every red light feels like mercy, every green one feels too fast. I keep one hand on the wheel feel rain on the passenger side. In a storm I cannot drive behind. Your seatbelt still hangs like a memory. Your silence still rides with me. This highway knows what I can't hide. How some love never really dies. It just turns into weather inside, like rain on the passenger side. I passed the diner off Route 8 where you stole fries from my plate, where we laughed so hard I thought joy was our permanent state. Now even neon looks like morning when it glows through wet black skies, and every turn toward home just deepens all the reasons why. Maybe one day I'll take this road and I'll feel my chest cave in. Maybe one day the clouds will break and let a little healing in. But tonight the road is honest, and honesty is hard. I'm still talking to your memory like it's sitting in the car. I keep one hand on the wheel and one on what I still feel. Rain on the passenger side, and a storm I cannot drive behind. Your seatbelt still hangs like a memory. Your silence still rides with me. This highway knows what I can't hide. How some love never really dies. It just turns into weather inside, like rain on the passenger side. If roads could lead to yesterdays, I'd miss every exit on the way just to hear you laugh again over thunder and the wind. Rain on the passenger side, and your ghost lit up by city lights. I still make room for what has gone. I still sing when your song comes on. This highway knows what I can't hide. How some love never really dies. It just turns into weather inside, like rain on the passenger side. Told the truth beneath the streetlight, 2 blocks from your old place. Spoke your name into the midnight, like prayer could change fate. The pavement shined from evening rain, the city blurred in gold, and every thought I'd buried deep came back up in the cold. I said I still forgave the hurt. I said I still forgave myself. I said I hate how loving you still lives in everything I felt. The wind moved through the empty trees like someone turning pages slow, and I realized grief is just love with nowhere left to go. No audience, no saving face, just me and all I couldn't say. It was a streetlight confession, a midnight kind of resurrection, where all the lies I told myself finally fell away. I said I miss you, yes I do. I said I'm angry, that is true. I said I'm trying to survive without the shape of you in life under that streetlight confession. A taxi passed, a stranger glanced, then disappeared from sight. And somehow being briefly seen made honesty feel right. I thought of all the months I'd spent pretending I was healed, while every song and every dawn exposed what I concealed. By the time the stars went fading and the sky began to pale, I had named each broken feeling like a prayer released to air. No miracle came down for me, no grand redemption flew, but truth itself was mercy in the shadow left by you. No audience, no saving face, just me and all I couldn't say. It was a streetlight confession, a midnight kind of resurrection, where all the lies I told myself finally fell away. I said I miss you, yes I do. I said I'm angry, that is true. I said I'm trying to survive without the shape of you in life, under that streetlight confession. Some truths don't set you free at once, they simply help you breathe in. Sometimes that is miracle enough for hearts like these. It was a streetlight confession, a lonely kind of benediction, where all the hurt I held too long finally learned to speak. I said I love you, that was true. I said I'll live though not with you. And for the first time since you left, I heard my own heart underneath that streetlight confession. The walls are still the color that you picked in early spring, a quiet shade between pale blue and almost evergreen. I used to think it made the room feel softer when you smiled. Now it only makes me miss the tenderness we had a while. There's paint beneath the window ledge where we laughed and made a mess. You got some on my favorite shirt and kissed my neck in jest. How strange that all these tiny scenes still shine so sharp and clear, like memory chooses beauty first and leaves the rest right here. I should repaint, I know I should, but letting go was never good. The color you left behind still lives in every room of mine, a faded kind of evidence that love was once here, warm and bright. And every time the evening shines across these walls, I lose my mind, because some ghosts don't look like black and white, they look like the color you left behind. Friends come over, drink their wine and say the place looks nice. They do not know this shade can turn a memory into knives. How a simple patch of color can become a sacred bruise, when every corner of a room still knows the shape of you. Maybe one day I'll cover it with something new and clean. Maybe one day healing will not feel like being me, but tonight I trace the edges where your fingerprints still hide, and thank the ache for proving that you really were in my life. I should repaint, I know I should, but letting go was never good. The color you left behind still lives in every room of mine, a faded kind of evidence that love was once here, warm and bright. And every time the evening shines across these walls, I lose my mind, because some ghosts don't look like black and white, they look like the color you left behind. found your last voice note buried deep in my phone. A tiny living version of a love that's dead and gone. You laughed before you said hello, and that was all it took to send my whole world crashing through one accidental look. You asked me if I'd eaten yet, said don't stay up too late. Just ordinary tenderness before we knew our fate. Now every simple word you said feels sharper than a knife, because the smallest kind of love can haunt the hardest life. I hear replay, I fall apart. Your ghost speaks fluent to my heart. The last voice note still keeps your soul inside my phone, a fragile little piece of you that makes me feel less alone. I hear your breath, I hear your smile, and lose the strength I had a while. The world moves on, but I still don't, because of the last voice note. I know I should delete it, like a grown-up letting go, but grief is not a clean-cut thing. It trembles as it goes, and maybe I'm still selfish for needing one more sound of the person who once knew exactly how to calm me down. So I keep you in my pocket like a prayer I can replay on trains and crowds and midnight rooms on every harder day. And though I know you're gone from me in all the ways that count, you still come back for 30 seconds every time I press it. Now I hit replay, I fall apart. Your ghost speaks fluent to my heart. The last voice note still keeps your soul inside my phone, a fragile little piece of you that makes me feel less alone. I hear your breath, I hear your smile, and lose the strength I had a while. The world moves on, but I still don't, because of the last voice note. One day I may not need it, one day I may let go, but love deserves a witness, and right now this is all I know. The last voice note still breaks me with its gentle hope, a living echo from the past. I'm not yet strong enough to close. I hear your breath, I hear your smile, and stay with you a little while. The world moves on, but I still won't, not past the last voice note. It's 2 a.m., the city glows in tired shades of blue. I type your name, erase it, then pretend I'm over you. My phone lights up the darkness like a wound that never heals, and every unsent message says more than I should feel. I scroll through old conversations like they're scripture from the past, trying to to find the exact line where forever didn't last. You used to answer in a heartbeat. Now my screen stays dark and dumb, and even all this empty space still tastes of what we were. I write, delete, rewrite the pain, then lose my nerve again. You left me unread at 2 a.m. with all the words I couldn't send, 1,000 little almost in my hands, and no way to begin again. You left me hanging in the blue between what's gone and what was true, and every night I break the same unread at 2 a.m. I wonder if you ever hover with your thumb above my name, if regret is just another word for love that changed its shape. The street below my window hums with strangers going home, and I would give my soul for you to say you feel alone. But silence is its own reply, and silence cuts the deep. It follows me through daylight and waits for me in sleep. So I wear my pride like armor, though it's rusting at the seams, and talk to all your memories like they still belong to me. I write, delete, rewrite the pain, then lose my nerve again. You left me unread at 2 a.m. with all the words I couldn't send, 1,000 little almost in my hands, and no way to begin again. You left me hanging in the blue between what's gone and what was true, and every night I break the same unread at 2 a.m. Maybe some loves don't end with fire, they fade inside a dead phone wire. No slam doors, no final scene, just one great check mark in between. You left me unread at 2 a.m. Now I just talk to where you've been, 1,000 little ghosts inside my hands, and none of them can bring you back again. You left me hanging in the blue, still loving someone I once knew, and every night I say your name unread at 2 a.m. We were beautiful once, like summer on the coast, like golden hour promises nobody could outgrow. You wore the light so easy, I wore your name like skin, and every road felt endless when we believed in us back then. Now I drive those same streets slowly with the windows halfway down. Every corner holds a version of the life we never found. The diner where we planned forever closed sometime last June. Guess even buildings know when love has left the room. I don't miss the ending, I miss how it began. We were beautiful once, before the silence, before the dust, before the words got sharp enough to cut a dream to pieces. We were beautiful once, and sometimes that's the hardest part. Not that you broke my soul in half, but that you held my heart first. still meant us. I sat there on the kitchen floor and let the evening pass, thinking maybe love survives in ordinary things like that. But beauty is a cruel old friend when memory turns its face. It shows me all the tenderness that time could not replace. So I keep all your softest moments where the harsh ones cannot reach, like seashells from a stormy shore still singing underneath. I don't miss the ending, I miss how it began. We were beautiful once, before the silence, before the dust, before the words got sharp enough to cut a dream to pieces. We were beautiful once, and sometimes that's the hardest part. Not that you broke my soul in half, but that you held my heart first. We were beautiful once, and if love only comes in chapters, you were still my favorite page. Even if the ending left me with a life I cannot change. We were beautiful once, before the war, before the rust, before goodbye became the cost of everything we dreamed of. We were beautiful once, and I'll carry that through all the dark, 'cause some loves leave broken hearts, but still remain the brightest. We were beautiful once. You left the window open on the last night that you stayed. Cold air drifted through the curtains while our future slipped away. I almost got up to close it, but I was scared to move at all, as if one small change might prove the end was real beyond recall. The city hummed outside like nothing sacred had been touched, while inside me every nerve was learning what it meant to lose too much. You said we'd talk tomorrow, but tomorrow changed its face, and all that stayed behind was wind and silence in this place. Now every night when cold comes in, it feels like you again. You left the window open, and now the whole house feels broken. The curtains breathe, the shadows move, like you still have a reason to come through. And I know it's just a midnight wind, but loss can make a fool of sense. And every night my heart stays hoping, because you left the window open. Fix the latch in early fall, but still I hear it shake. Funny how the body keeps remembering what the mind can't tolerate. Some nights I swear I smell the rain mixed with the soap you used, and for one stupid second I believe I haven't lost you. Maybe I keep blaming windows, so I don't blame what is true. The love can leave politely and still wreck the life it knew. But symbols are the way we cope when facts are too severe. So I let the drive stay just enough to make you feel near. cold comes in, it feels like you again. You left the window open, and now the whole house feels broken. The curtains breathe, the shadows move, like you still have a reason to come through. And I know it's just the midnight wind, but loss can make a fool of sense. And every night my heart stays hoping, because you left the window open. One day I'll shut it fully. One day the room will warm, but tonight I need the cold air to help me carry on. You left the window open, and I'm still not strong enough to close it. The curtains breathe, the shadows move, and everything still points to you. And I know it's just the midnight wind, but grief and love are closest kin. And every night my heart stays hoping, because you left the window open. There's a picture on the hallway wall that I still haven't moved. You're laughing at the camera like you've got nothing to lose. I tried to turn it face down, but the nails stayed in the same. So now I pass it every morning and avoid your side of the frame. The dust gathers on the edges where my fingers used to trace, and I swear some nights I see you when the moonlight hits your face. It's strange how paper keeps a person longer than the soul, and stranger still how something flat can make me feel this whole. I keep the memory hanging there, like pain deserves a place. Your side of the frame still burns me when I say your name. Half a smile, half my life, frozen just before goodbye. I stand here every day frame still shines through every shade of gray. Half a dream, half a prayer, still alive and still not there.